So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how you're able to connect Cal.com to Retell AI and how you're able to make this connection without Make.com or Zapier, and how you're able to do this completely by yourself and be able to scale your business and be able to save money in the process because you're not going to be using these expensive softwares like Make.com or Zapier. So let's get into the video and let's start getting all of your leads called and booked into your Cal.com calendar, which can in turn book them directly onto your Google Calendar. So let's get into it. So the first thing that we're going to have to do is log into Retell AI, and then we're going to also have to log into Cal.com. Once you're logged into Retell AI, what you're going to want to do is come over here to any agent that you're wanting to use for this use case. So we're just going to click on our AI solar agent and then come back to Cal.com. And then what we're going to do over here is come over here to apps, and then we're going to come over here to search, and then we're going to look up Retell. Now, Retell has an app. You're able to just read through what they created in the app, and then once you do that, install the app. Once the app is installed into your account, it will redirect you to the Retell API page, basically showing you how to connect it. So what this Retell app does in Cal.com for you is it doesn't force you to use the Cal.com API to make API requests to run this whole automation. All that it requires you to do is install it into your Cal.com account, and then boom, now you have the full integration. The reason why this is better is because it's going to save you a lot of money if you do it this way instead of running API post calls and API get calls. Because when you're running automations in Make.com, Zapier, Go High Level, any place you're running automations, they usually charge you per trigger. If you're making so many post calls and get calls, it's going to get really expensive. So you're going to want to keep that down to a minimum, and this helps you keep that down to a minimum. So now that we have the app installed, what we're going to do is go back to app.cal.com. If we come back to apps and installed apps, it should be installed under automations over here. The other cool thing is you're able to also directly connect this to Make.com too. I fully recommend just using the Retell AI app in Cal.com. Okay, so now that this is done, you're able to come over here to settings, and then we are going to create an API key. It's going to bring you to profile, and what you're going to want to do is come over here to API keys down here, and then basically click add, and then name the API key YouTube video test, Sympana, never expire, and click save. Now copy this API key, come over here to AI Solar Agent in Retell, and then we are going to come up here to functions up here, and then add Cal.com. So it's going to check for availability. We're going to put the Cal.com API key over here, and then event type ID. Click done. And then we are going to use one of the calendars we already created. To create a calendar, come over here to add new, and then you're able to quickly make a calendar. We're just going to put test 5, and then continue. Make sure all the availability is exactly how you like it. Now that that's done, click over here, and then you're able to get this tiny ID at the top over here between the slash and the question mark, and then paste that over here. And then you're gonna say what time zone the calendar is for, because the reason why you're gonna want that time zone is because if it doesn't put the time zone here, it might switch up the time zones too many times, messing up your whole calendar. You're going to want to put a time zone over here. You're able to put America, Los Angeles, America, New York, stuff like that. And then click update. That's how you create the calendar integration. Then the same thing with check calendar availability. We're going to have to get the API key first, so let's copy this API key that we put into here, and then we are going to paste that, and then same thing, get the event ID, and then paste that, make sure that both time zones are the same, and then update it. And then what you're going to want to do is make sure that the description follows exactly what you want. Now you're going to want to check the description, check calendar availability, and book appointments over here. The reason why you're going to want to check these descriptions is it books the appointments for the reason that you wanted booking an appointment, and it doesn't accidentally book people into appointments. And then the last thing that you're going to want to do is basically come down here and basically say, when user wants to book an appointment, use function tool book appointment, and then use check calendar availability to be able to check the calendar. So you're going to want to have something similar to this in your prompt, just making sure that it is able to check the calendar and then book the people into the appointments. Then you're able to test the AI directly here by clicking test. And then you're also going to be able to click test LLM and the message with it if you don't want to physically talk with it. And that's basically how you're able to create that full connection. So yeah, that's basically it. That's how you're able to connect cows.com to Retell AI. So you're able to book all of your leads into appointments without having to use a software like make.com to make the AI more expensive. This simple system makes everything super cheap. Now, if you're wanting to connect Retell AI to more complex softwares like Go High Level or something else like that, I have multiple different ways to connect Retell AI to very complicated softwares, book those leads directly into your calendar on those softwares, move them up and down your pipelines, and all of that. I can help you with that. So if you need any help with creating a custom AI agent for your company that does everything you want it to do, and you're struggling on doing that by yourself, feel free to book a call at sympana.com, and I'll do everything for you from A to Z, and everything will be handled by me and my company. And lastly, if you have any other questions, feel free to drop them down in the comment section. And if you want to be caught up on the most recent AI news, feel free to join my Telegram or my newsletter.